Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. This is Lisa Marie Pepe coming to you live, and I hope that all of you have had an incredible holiday season so far, and that this new year will bring you absolutely everything your heart desires. So wanted to check in with a few of you. It's been a bit of time since I've actually done a live. Just been really busy working behind the scenes for all of these incredible and amazing adventures that I plan to have in 2018. So as you're coming on, please say hello. And if you are a replay viewer, please also let me know that as well. And I'm more than happy to connect with you and to say hello to you. So today I want to talk about the process of success and what it truly means to be successful, right? And the reason why this is so important to me, especially right now, is because I know that everyone is getting prepared to essentially create their New Year's resolutions, goals, intentions, whatever you want to call them. I personally don't set resolutions, but I certainly have intentions and goals and things that I truly want to accomplish in 2018. So the first thing that you really need to recognize, and I had to learn this the hard way, especially when I first came into this online entrepreneurial world, right? Because I remember starting out and picking up on the really big coaches that were out there, and of course, only seeing their end result, right? Their end process. So here they are putting together this phenomenal webinar, or they're talking about, having made 6 or 7 figures during their last launch and how they are, scaling their business, or they're, doing X, Y, and Z. And many of them don't necessarily share the back end of it, right? It's sort of like, and we all do this to some extent, right? We want people to see us in the very best light, right? We don't want to come on like if we're a complete train wreck, right? And crying and sobbing and, upset and everything. But here's why it's very important that you understand what I'm about to say. In the beginning, I fell into that trap. I followed the top coaches in the industry, people I really, really looked up to. And somehow I forgot that they had spent days, weeks, months, even years building up to that level of success that I was seeing in front of me on a screen. And it was only in my own internal work and in my own processes of building a successful online coaching business did I really and truly begin to understand that while this stuff may appear to be like it just happens overnight, it rarely ever does, okay? And this is applicable for anyone, right? So if you're just starting out as an online entrepreneur, absolutely you need to hear this message. If you're someone who's been trying to do it for a couple of years, still not making any traction, totally fine. You need to hear this. If you are someone who is not an online entrepreneur and you simply want to understand what the process of success truly looks like and apply it to your own personal goals, then this is what you need to listen to as well. So success is not linear. And what do I mean by that? Well, success is not on a continuum, right? Like a straight plane, the way we think it should be, right? And it's very easy to get discouraged when you go like this, and then you go like this, and you go like this, and you go like this, right? And so you have this sort of ebb and flow, right? It's these kind of wave motions, right? And essentially, yes, we would all love to start at, point 0 and go straight up to point 100, right? meaning we've attained our highest goals and we're there, like we've arrived, we're awoke, right? Like we're there. And it doesn't happen that way. Not most of the time. Not when you're talking about long-term goals. Not when you're talking about building a sustainable business and a legacy, right? Anyone can set a goal, a short-term goal, and achieve that goal, right? If you're trying to lose weight, right, and you say, I want to take off 5 pounds by the end of a 10-day period, right? I'm just throwing that out there. Anybody can do that. And I mean that, truthfully. I've seen this happen, right? With even like people who are non-disciplined and everything like that. You give them some special cocktail they take, they go on a cleanse, maybe they're not eating any carbs or any sugar. They're going to drop weight pretty quickly, okay? However, is that going to be a lasting and sustainable way of living? Are they going to, never eat another carbohydrate again? Are they only going to sustain themselves on liquids for the rest of their lives? Probably not. And that is why I truly want to sort of just like blow the lid off of all this, because I feel like there are so many people who are in this ebb and flow of success, taking 5 steps forward, 4 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, and somehow not really understanding that you are in fact moving ahead as long as you are 1 step ahead of where you were when you started. That is how I define success. And yes, can this be done? This whole linear curve, like zoom, right? Like 0 to 100? It can. I mean, we've all seen people who all of a sudden appear, right? And we're like, whoa, where'd this person come from? And they're a millionaire and they're doing X, Y, and Z and all that. Again, don't believe everything you see, okay? You don't know what that person has gone through in the back end. You have no idea how many days, nights, weekends, hours they've spent questioning themselves, dealing with feelings of self-doubt and unworthiness, feeling that they want to quit and give up, right? And if you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about. You get really gung-ho, you get this crystal clear vision of where you want to be, and you start off gung-ho, and let's say you are successful, right? So here you are, you're sort of coming up the track, right? Coming up, and then you hit a little blip, right? And you dip down a bit. For some people, that is like catastrophic, right? Because it's this black and white thinking. And it becomes so catastrophic that they actually wind up just giving up. And we all know people like this. Black and white, right? You're either a complete success or you're a complete failure. And that is not the case. And this is why I'm trying to get this message out to as many of you as possible, because we are on the verge of starting a brand new year. And I know for so many people, especially if you've had a really crappy 2017, I know that people around this time of year, they get really hopeful with good intention, of course. They're ready, right? Like this is going to be their year to finally do fill in the blank. It doesn't matter if it's a business goal, a professional goal, whatever it is. What you have to realize, no matter who you are, no matter what circles you travel in, no matter what your profession is, if you're an online entrepreneur like me, or if you are working a 9-to-5 or whatever it is, you have to start taking the good with the little blips and the little drips and the little dips and all of that. Because if you're going, I'm going to give you an example. If you take 5 steps forward, okay, closer to your goal, and one day you take 2 steps back, you're still 3 steps ahead. Am I right? So again, the whole idea around this, and this is also why people give up on their New Year's resolutions, right? And what are the two most popular resolutions? I'm going to quit smoking or I'm going to lose weight in the new year, right? We hear this every single year, okay? And I've worked in the fitness industry in the past. The gyms are flooded as of January 2nd, flooded. And you know what they are come February? Back to the same solid crowd who's been there from day one. Because again, people go so gung-ho right into that initial, like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to lose 50 pounds, and maybe they only lose 2 pounds the first week. Maybe they lose 5 pounds the next week, but then they don't lose weight the following week. Okay, well, they've still lost 7 pounds. But because they're not seeing the results as fast as they want them, they become discouraged. They feel disheartened. They feel like, why should I bother even trying? And that is when, my friends, people give up. They throw in the towel. This is too hard. I can't do this. This is bullshit. How am I supposed to make this work? I'm really giving it my all. Are you really? Are you really giving it your all if you're giving up prematurely? Not really. I know for myself, and anything in the past that I've ever given up on, it wasn't because I wasn't succeeding. It was because in my head, in my mind, I thought I wasn't succeeding fast enough. And again, you have to determine what that is for you. What feels good for you? I understand there's 3-month plans, there's 6-month plans, there's 5-year plans, there's 10-year plans. And I'm not saying not to have those things in place, but I don't want you to become completely discouraged if you're not hitting every single milestone along the way. Or if you hit several of your milestones and then you take a dip, right? Because it is during those times, at least for myself and a lot of my clients, it is during those moments when you are in that valley, when you're coming off that roller coaster, when you're coming off that high, right? Where you can take that time and really, really sink in and be honest with yourself and learn, why perhaps did this happen? Why did you dip down? Was it something that was out of your control? Was it something that was in your control? What can you do differently next time? There's so many lessons to be learned in the valleys of life. So please do not discredit them. And I know there's even a book out by Iyanla Vanzant, I think her name is, and it's called Lessons in the Valley, right? And she talks all about this. How, it's during those times when you are truly in a period of self-reflection and maybe a little doubt creeps in and all that, but it's those times you need to utilize to the best of your advantage so that you can pull yourself out quicker, faster, stronger than you were before, so that you get to a place where success is like this, but it dips a little bit and it dips, but it keeps going. Right? But it dips, but it keeps going. And the dips become fewer and, fewer in between, and you're still ahead. You're still winning, right? And I just wanted to get this message out there because I know for so many of you, 2017 was a shit show, right? Like, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of great stuff happening, at least not here in the US and in the society of the US, right? Like in our culture, there's a lot of negative stuff happening. Does that mean the whole year was a complete bust? No. I bet if you sat down and actually wrote out the things that you did actually achieve, you'd be surprised. So, my friends, again, this whole talk is to simply inform, educate, motivate you to understand that you can achieve your goals. There is no doubt in my mind that you can achieve what you desire to achieve in life, in business, Doesn't matter. You can, but you must understand that success is not a straight line. It simply is not. Even for the most successful person in the world, okay, who appears to have it all together, who appears to have absolutely no flaws, no struggles, everything's taken care of for them, that's not the case. These are people who have spent their entire lives, some of them, pouring their heart and soul into making that big, success happen. So I hope this has been somewhat motivational for you. I just really thought that a lot of you could definitely relate to this. And if you can, please definitely let me know that. I want to hear from you, and I want to know what truly lights you up and what makes you feel successful. Like, how do you even define success? It's pretty subjective. There's no right or wrong. It's totally subjective. So again, my friends, don't forget to celebrate the small wins, because they're really not that small, along the way. Take the valleys, take the setbacks, take the little drops and and the dips. Learn from them. Get more acquainted with yourself. Learn to trust yourself more. And just know that as long as you believe, okay, without a shadow of a doubt, that you will get to your goal, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many, again, roadblocks you hit, but you're going to get there, and you've got that mindset that nothing will get in your way, you will get there. All right? But it's got to start here, and then it's got to translate here. And of course, you can't forget about actually doing the work, right? So, thank you for listening. This was a bit longer than I had intended, but I really just felt strongly about putting this message out there. And I want to know what are your plans for 2018? What do you want to succeed at? Tell me. I want to know. And hey, I just may be the person who can actually help you to get there. So I will also put a link in the comment section if you would like to have a consultation with me. We can set something up, and I will gladly meet with you, discuss with you what your goals and intentions are for 2018. And if it's a fit, awesome. If not, it's all good. All right. So thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you. I believe in you. You need to believe in you. All right. Take care. Peace.